Alright guys, welcome back to All Things Outdoors. Today we're out here in the woods again, and the snow is just beautiful. And it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Wow. It's so pretty, and I also got a good photograph of it, so I will put that in the end of the video. Put a few other photos. They are beautiful, these trees. Fortunately, we did lose a bunch of them. And believe it or not, guys, it actually got down to 18 degrees here, which is quite cold for around here. I believe the coldest I've ever known it to get around here was -3 degrees. And I've only ever had it get down to that cold once. Never had it get down in the single digits other than that. But, you know, if we get some more wacky weather like this coming in, then we may get more. You never know. It's just gorgeous, but this snow, it was so wet in the beginning. It was so heavy and wet. It caused some damage. I mean, look at this tree here. Look at that. Broke right off. Isn't that crazy? Here's the remains of what's left. Obviously, these trees will regrow because they are holly trees and they grow very easily. I'd make a nice photograph. Let's get that. Pretty cool. Now we're getting close to the area where that tree came down. Try and see if I can see it. I see a fractured tree right there, but I don't see where the one came down. I'll have to go back into the woods once this snow clears to look. Yeah, the trees are just way down with snow right now. Some of them, not all of them. But it is just beautiful with this snow. It's supposed to get up to 35 today, I believe. But I don't know, it's still pretty cold. It's only in the 20s. So it might not get above freezing today. I hope it doesn't, because I want the snow to stay. Because I love it. And on Thursday night, we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches, which would be nice. Isn't that cool? Snow there. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys. Do you like snow? I love it. So pretty. I know down south they don't get much snow. We do have some snow starting to fall off the trees a little bit. But not a whole lot. It's only just starting to fall off. In the, mainly only on the tops of the trees it's falling off. On the bottoms of the trees and in the understory of the forest, everything is still intact from yesterday. Let me know about, did you guys get any snow from this storm? We got about 1 foot, which is practically unheard of for around here. It's not for the past few years. It's the biggest snowstorm in 5 years for here. We haven't had this much snow since 5 years ago when we had Winter Storm Jonas and we got 30 inches of snow. So we got 2.5 feet. Which is just wonderful. It was beautiful. And we didn't lose any trees from that storm. You may be wondering why. Well, that snow wasn't quite as heavy as this snow is. This snow is extremely wet and it is extremely dense. So we got a lot worse conditions from here. Wow, look at this. So the snowplow had to go in here and push the trees off the road. Look at these huge tire tracks. The trucks that they use are big. Even bigger than the garbage trucks for the snow. Because it's just so heavy that they had to use their biggest trucks. And it took forever to shovel the driveway. Snow is starting to fall down. which is sad because I don't want it to go away yet. But, you know, all good things must come to an end. But it is so heavy that the branches are just trying to spring back up again. So it's causing some of the snow to fall off. Obviously, it's really not going to fall off for a while because it's so still cold out, but it might. Definitely lose a little bit of snow. As you can see, snow is starting to melt here in the sunspot, so it's very wet, crunchy. And here where the snow is drier out in the shade, barely crunches at all. Isn't that pretty? The way those branches are covered in snow like that. They look like tubes of some sort. Weird tendrils or weird fingers. They're the fingers of the trees. I love the trees. Oh, a balloon. To get that on the way out. Snow's starting to get disturbed in the woods from all this falling snow off the trees. And I bet we might actually get an entire inch of accumulation in the ground on the woods here. And you may be wondering, how in the world is that going to happen? Well, the way it's going to work is we're going to get that snow coming in from the trees. It's falling off the trees, so it's going to land on the ground and possibly cause some additional accumulation here on the ground, but trees will look bare. Snow is basically the winter leaves on the trees. So pretty. It's such a bright, beautiful white. And it really signals that winter has arrived. The first snowstorm for me is the true arrival of winter. So I guess if you want to define it by the way I define it, if we don't get any snow, then it technically isn't a real winter for me. It may feel like winter, but you gotta have snow for it to be winter. Well, our tree made it out. It's good. So I thought I heard it cracking yesterday. I don't know, it might have been this tree here though. Glad that made it. Oh wow, look at that, it's all in the marsh, isn't that cool? And believe it or not, Black Walnut Creek actually partially froze. Show ya when we get to the... Oh, look at the way the chunks of slush clump together. Looks like a frozen lake. Except, do not, if you ever come here, do not walk on the ice today. It is not thick. It's probably not even an inch. Be honest, because it really was warm yesterday and for the past few weeks. So it's been so warm lately that when it got cold last night, there was actually steam coming off the water this morning, which is crazy. It's 18 degrees. Oh, good. You got some frozen stuff. That doesn't really look frozen, never mind, because I see chunks of snow falling in there and water is moving, so that means it's not frozen. That is just beautiful. And so far, this branch right here that fell down, that is the only damage. Oh no, we can already see exposed ground. I don't like exposed ground in the winter. I like snow. Well, most of the time at least. Let's get a photograph of that. It's just gorgeous. How much snow do you guys receive usually each year? Our average is around 15 inches total for the year. We've already received 12, so my guess is this year we're going to have above average snowfall. unless for some reason we don't get any more snow. But I bet we're going to be above average because Thursday they're expecting 1 to 3 inches. And if that happens, that means we are above average. Oh, look at this. Let's come over here. It looks completely different now that this fell down. And what really is annoying about this is because I just cleared this out and now this fell down on everything. And now I got to clear it out again. It's so annoying. But you know, you got to deal with things you don't always like. Wow, we lost some tree branches, didn't we? I see a lot of tree branches in the water. You know, it does happen here when we get this heavy wet snow, even though usually I don't think I've ever been in a snowstorm that actually caused damage. It's just caused way more damage than any other snowstorm that I know of. At least around here. Don't know about in other places. Huntsville, Alabama received a few inches, which is pretty crazy for down there from this snowstorm. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. And no school today. So we're going to enjoy it. Going to go sledding. So it'll be really fun. Oh, look at the ice on the tree leaves. Yep. It's because it got so cold last night that the water that was on the leaves originally from when it rained froze. It's so pretty. Just beautiful. I do think we're going to have school tomorrow. But I'm not sure, though, because the roads were a sheet of ice today. And it's supposed to get down below freezing again. So if the roads get wet, it's going to freeze, turn into ice. Like what happened last night. I don't know if it'll be as dramatic. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? You can hear the noise of all the snow falling off the trees. Trees are starting to get freed from the grasp of the white snow. Oh wow, that tree there lost a big branch. Yeah, this was a damaging snowstorm, and especially on these pines because they have so many needles. They really hold the weight, and I think that's why some of our trees that do lose their leaves, like these gumballs here, that's why they didn't fall over or anything, because their branches can only hold so much snow because they don't have leaves. But these hollies, like that one over there, and then this holly tree and this big pines, these can just get completely covered in snow because they have leaves so that it just holds all that snow on better. And especially if you get ice as well, it just encases them. And that's why we still have a risk of more trees falling. Now, do I think we're going to have more trees fall? No, but we could. And I hope we don't. Because I do not want to lose any more trees. I love these trees. They're so pretty. I don't want to lose them. Let's go on this side of this area here. Or we'll close out the video. Didn't go here yet. Oh wow, look at that pine tree there. Completely bent over. Wow. That looks beautiful looking up into that. That's just gorgeous. Got a few good photographs of that. Go under here and get a few photographs. It's so cool how the snow outlines the branches like that. Yeah. Beautiful. Anyway, that's going to be about all for today's video. So once again, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Be sure to put that down in the comments below saying that you did that for a shout out. We will see you guys on the next adventure. Just beautiful.